Most people spend their entire career trying to build a big 401k. Nobody tells them it can lock them into some of the highest tax bills of their life after they're done working. Two people retire at 65. Same lifestyle, same Social Security, same investment income. Person A has $3 million in a traditional 401k. Person B has $1.5 million in a Roth IRA and another $500,000 in a brokerage account. Person A saved 50% more. By every conventional measure, Person A won on paper. But by age 80, in most cases we model, Person A is paying $30,000 to $50,000 more per year in taxes. Their Medicare premiums are higher, more of their Social Security is taxable, and they can't turn any of it off. That's the part nobody plans for. Person B, they pay little to nothing in federal taxes annually because they control when income shows up and where it comes from. The difference is not in returns. It's not spending, it's the account type, and the two hidden costs of a large traditional 401k that almost nobody explains before you retire. I'm Ryan Knoll, founder of NavWealth, a firm that helps people near retirement make smart money decisions. Today I'm going to show you exactly how those hidden costs work, what they add up to in actual dollars, and what the window looks like right now to do something about them before the window closes. If nobody has laid this out for you in dollar terms before, that's exactly why this channel exists. Hit subscribe. We do this every single week for people in your situation. The first hidden cost is required minimum distribution stacking, and the math is more alarming than most people realize when they see it written out. When you turn 73 or 75, the IRS requires you to take money out of your traditional 401k, whether you need to or not. That's called a required minimum distribution. It's a percentage of your balance, and that percentage increases every single year. Here's what catches people off guard. A $3 million 401k at age 65, growing at a modest 6% while you're not drawing it down, becomes roughly $4.3 million by age 73. Your first required minimum distribution on that balance is approximately $162,000. That $162,000 doesn't arrive alone. It lands on top of your Social Security, on top of your investment income from your brokerage. All of it hits your tax return in the same year, whether you need the money or not. You don't control it. For most people in the $2 to $5 million range, that stack pushes them into the 22% or 24% bracket, often higher, and it stays there every single year, growing as the 401k continues to grow. By the age 78, the same account is forcing $200,000 or more onto your return, still stacked, still mandatory. The 401k you spent 30 years building has become an income-generating machine you can't turn off, and the IRS becomes the primary beneficiary. Person B, the person with $1.5 million in their Roth, has no required distributions, zero. Their withdrawals can be tax-free, their Medicare premiums are often at the base rate, and they control their money completely. That's the first hidden cost. It was set in motion by a perfectly rational decision to contribute pre-tax to a 401k. Nobody explained what the back end actually looks like. The second hidden cost follows directly from the first, and it's the one that shocks people when they see the numbers side by side. Most people assume their tax rate in retirement will be lower than when they were working. That's the entire premise of the pre-tax 401k. You defer now at higher rates and pay later at a lower rate. For people with $2 to $5 million saved, that assumption can be wrong. While you were working, you had one primary income source, your salary. Your bracket was determined by that salary, offset by deductions and contributions. In retirement with a large 401k, you have three sources of income hitting simultaneously: RMDs you can't control, Social Security that becomes up to 85% taxable once your income crosses certain thresholds, and investment income from your brokerage account. None of those existed at the same time when you were working. In retirement, all three stack on the same return. While you were working, you controlled your income. In retirement, your income controls you. Someone who earned $200,000 per year while working, managing their deductions well, may have paid an effective federal rate of 18 to 20%. That same person in retirement with $157,000 of RMDs, $45,000 in Social Security, and another $30,000 from investments is looking at a $232,000 worth of taxable income at 22% or higher, on income they didn't even choose to generate. That's the trade you made, you just didn't see it at the time. You retired, you stopped earning a paycheck, and your tax bill went up. This is bracket creep, the direct predictable consequence of holding most of your retirement savings in a pre-tax account. And it's largely avoidable if you know about it before you retire. Before I get into what you can do about this, if you're starting to see the full picture of what a large 401k actually costs, I put together a free resource called the $3 million Retirement Readiness Scorecard. It's 10 questions. Most of the people who take the quiz can't answer all of the questions. The link is in the description. I suggest you go check it out. Both problems, RMD stacking and bracket creep, can be solved, but only in the window between now and when RMDs begin at 73. Once that window closes, you're managing the damage. Before it closes, you're preventing it. There's 2 moves you can take. Move 1, Roth conversions, which are your biggest lever. The years between when you retire and when RMDs begin are often the lowest income years of your adult life. No salary, controllable income. This is the window to move money from your traditional 401k or IRA into a Roth, paying tax now at a rate you choose rather than later at a rate the IRS chooses for you. If you convert $150,000 per year at roughly 22% rate during those low income years and avoid that same $150,000 per year coming out as an RMD at the 24 or 32% bracket later, the lifetime tax savings on a $3 million account can exceed $300,000 or more. The window is finite. It opens when earned income stops and closes when RMDs begin. Every year you wait is a year of conversions at favorable rates you never get back. That's where most of the opportunity is. The second move, it's how you draw your accounts down. The order in which you draw down accounts in retirement has a significant impact on your lifetime tax bill. Drawing strategically from the traditional 401k in your early retirement years while income is still low reduces the eventual RMD balance and keeps you in a lower bracket at 73 and beyond. A $3 million 401k left completely untouched from 65 to 73 becomes a $4.3 million RMD machine. The same account with $80,000 per year in strategic withdrawals plus Roth conversions arrives at 73, significantly smaller. Lower RMDs, lower bracket, the stacking problem is reduced. That's the difference between managing your taxes and letting them manage you. The accounts you ignore in retirement don't stay neutral. They grow, and the IRS grows with them. A $3 million 401k is one of the best problems you can have going into retirement, but it is a problem that needs to be managed before your window closes. RMD stacking and bracket creep are not surprises that happen to careless people. They are the default outcome for people who built a large pre-tax account and never had a conversation about what the back end looked like. You did everything right, and now you're being penalized. This is just a timing decision, not a tax decision. If you haven't modeled your RMD exposure or your Roth conversion window, that conversation is still available to you. The link is in the description to get on my calendar. No pressure, no pitch, just your specific numbers. And if this gave you something to think about, share it with someone in the same position. Most people with $2 to $5 million saved have never seen this math laid out in one place. Because the smartest thing you can do with $3 million is make sure you control what happens next. See you in the next video.